Hey guys, I want to welcome you to the I'm Local podcast. On the I'm Local podcast, we feature local heroes, small businesses, people just that are doing phenomenal things in our community. And today I'm honored to be speaking with Miss Diana Cleveland. She owns Blossom Lactation. She's been in business for about 8 months and she's getting out there in the community. So Diana, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
All right. So, okay, I know nothing about your business. So I've been looking at the lactation, so I know this is moms and babies, and that's about all I know. I don't know anything else. So why don't you introduce yourself to the audience and just share a little bit about your business?
So, again, my name is Diana Cleveland, and I have a private practice helping moms with breastfeeding. So, a lot of moms will wonder what is normal when it comes to breastfeeding. They have a lot of questions. They're just not really sure if they're doing things right. So, that's what I help with is answering questions and just helping moms feel confident that what they're doing is working for them and their baby. It's so individualized. So some people want to directly breastfeed, other people prefer to pump, maybe give it in a bottle. Some people want to do combination, maybe add some formula in as well. So it's really important for me that moms feel heard and that they're doing something that feels like it works for them.
So tell me, how did you even how did this even become a business? Like what got you, so excited about, the lactation?
So I was a labor and delivery nurse before I had my kids. And then when I had my first child, I thought I know some things about breastfeeding. I've helped moms in the hospital before, but it was a lot different when it actually came time to do it myself. And then I didn't have experience beyond the hospital setting. And so I learned a lot about, helping moms with breastfeeding in the hospital. But after having my first, I was like, I really want to learn more so that I can help other moms because even though I had experience, it still was a whole new world. So
Yes.
that's how I got
Yes.
into this.
Well, I'll tell you. So my wife and I, we have a 19-year-old and we have a 9-year-old. So it was a big 10-year span there. But my wife breastfed our first Mackenzie is our first daughter, and she breastfed her a little bit, but because we were both working, and I was going back and forth to work, and she would go with me to the daycare. So she really didn't get that much, breastfeeding and lactation. But the second one, she just told my wife wasn't working at the time. She was taking some time off from work and she was fully breastfeeding. I remember that, like, trying to get her to latch on and, her getting used to it and all that. And I can't even go through, like the details. So if there's like a mom, right, and they're about to have a baby or just had a baby, they're trying to get the baby to latch on. Like, what are some things that you could recommend?
So it can be very individualized because babies can not latch for various reasons. There are certain things that moms can do that just apply in every situation. For example, good support when you're latching your baby, using pillows, your body, something to support your baby, because sometimes moms will just kind of place the baby on their lap, their legs are hanging off, and the baby's not doing anything because they don't feel supported. They feel like they're falling. So that's something that I see a lot. The other thing that I see very commonly is that people kind of put the baby close and they're like, oh, they're just supposed to do it, right? And they're close to it. But if you actually let the baby have their chin touching the mom's breast before they go to latch, that is a huge help. But there can be a lot of other reasons as to why babies are not latching, such as tongue tie and different things like that. So those are some general tips. But then if they needed, help beyond that, then getting help, a consult is good for them to
Absolutely.
figure out what's going on.
Okay, so how can people connect with you? Like, what's the best way for them to say, I've been trying this, I got some, trying to do it myself or trying to get some help looking on YouTube because that's what a lot of people do, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just need some help. Like, how do they get in contact?
So my website is www.blossomlactationsupport.com. So that has my email on there. They can call or text. A lot of people I find like to do that. So either one of those is totally fine, but all that information is on my website.
Perfect. Perfect. So, okay, now when it comes to babies just getting home, or okay, so when they get home and they're trying to latch on, they call you, they consult with you, you help them out. Do you come to their location, or do they come to you, or how does that work?
So I do home visits for anybody that wants to be seen in person. So I, obviously would come to their home and anywhere in this area, and I'll travel outside of Henry County as well, within about an hour basically from Henry County. And then I can do virtual visits as well for certain things, like if they have questions about going back to work or starting solids and still breastfeeding, things like that can lean themselves well to a virtual visit. But things like latch pain, things like that are usually better to do in
Got to be in
person.
person.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, okay. And I'm just asking you because I'm curious. So I'm sure some other people may be curious as well. So once they reach out to you, get started. Now, do you have, like, if they're in, is there a way for them to pay you online, or do they go through insurance? Is it covered? What are some things? How can they get started?
So the lactation network is covers certain insurance plans. So if they have a plan that's under those, and it's certain ones like United and some of the Blue Cross plans and things like that, and that's all listed on my website as well, then they have to go through TLN to basically get approved that their insurance plan is one of the accepted plans. And then there's also something called Wildflower, where people that have Cigna can go through them. And so they get approval for that as well. And then I'm in network with Aetna. And then if they don't have insurance or one of the plans that's, accepted, then they're self pay too. And they can, pay over the computer.
Okay, awesome. That's great. Okay, so all right, what's the age limit? Okay, so I know some people, kids are 2 years old, they're 3 years old. I don't know what's the age limit or the norm that you see, after they start to wean the baby off.
So I would say it varies a lot as far as weaning. You have some moms that, want to do it for a few weeks, few months, and then you'll see moms that 2.5 years. So there's a big range of, that people will
So it
breastfeed.
just it really just depends on how mom and baby are getting along, and if she's working or whatever, and you have to do that.
Yes,
Gotcha.
100%. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so and I like to ask people this all the time. Like, you're in business, you're growing your business, you're getting out there, you're getting folks interested in what you're doing. Very important business, by the way. Do you have any advice maybe for other people that may just be getting started in business? I know you've been in business for about 8 months or so, but say they're starting or they're just thinking about getting started. What are some things or any recommendations you could give to them?
I think the biggest thing that I have learned so far is just networking with people in the community. Like, I feel like that's what's helped me the most, is just getting to know people, and people that work in your same field, but also people outside of your field, because we all have different things that we can help with. And sometimes there's also an overlap, of different professions.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely important to network with others, and because you never know. Like, for example, just us getting together. Lori Harris connected us, and I'm telling you, she is a people connector, and I just love her for it because she knows how to really network and connect people together. Otherwise, again, you don't even know. Like the service that my wife and I are way out of that business. So we're not even going back there.
Yeah.
Too old. But other than that, it's great to know because there are people, that we know and people that are going to be watching that, they're like, oh man, this is great for me because I really need to, this is someone that I think I would need to partner up with. So that's always great. So another question for you, and I know we'll be wrapping it up shortly, but like, do you partner with any local OBGYNs or anything like that? Or is it just strictly, they come directly to you? Or do you have any referral partnerships or anything like
I don't have any referral partnerships. I have gone to some pediatric offices and OBs just to kind of let them know that I'm available, because I know a lot of them will develop their own referral list. So it's something that I've been talking to people, but not directly partnered with anybody.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's awesome. So, guys, and OBs out there, if you're watching and you're looking, Diana is open and available to connecting with you, and getting on that referral list. So, hopefully you reach out to her and make that happen. So, Diana, and kind of wrapping up. What maybe is one thing that you want to leave us with? Leave the women that are going down this path. What's one thing you could leave?
I would say that just know that they don't have to do it alone, that there is help available, because I hear from so many people all the time in the hospital. They're like, things did not go well with my first. I quit before I was really ready because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any help. And I don't want people to stop because they don't have help. If they decide they want to stop for some other reason, that's totally fine. But I don't want them to not have support. And that is the reason that they stop.
That's awesome. That's great advice. So one last question.
Okay.
You're in Henry County, and this podcast is really to help people know what's going on locally. What's one local place or a local establishment or whatever that you kind of frequent or you kind of like? It could be a restaurant, whatever, but what's one local place that you kind of really loving it?
My kids and we've been going to Southern Belle for years. I know that they've grown a lot, in the past years, but they love all of their activities and the berry
Yes.
picking. Like, that's one of their favorites.
Yes, yes, yes. Southern Belle is phenomenal. I know Jake over there, and they're such great people, and they've been growing over the years. And I just love the ice cream, and don't talk about the what is it, the popcorn. Oh my gosh,
Um,
I just go crazy. So, Diana, I just want to thank you for coming on, sharing your story, sharing about your business. It's been great to hear, great to know that you are in the community and people can reach out to you. So, guys, you're watching this, you're listening. Make sure you reach out to Diana. Diana, is on your website? I know say your website again, and then your phone number so people can make sure to get in contact.
yes, it's www.blossomlactationsupport.com. And then my number is 706-642-0454.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you, Diana. I truly
Yeah.
appreciate you for being on.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, stay
Okay.
on for a second. All right,
Okay.
one thing that I want to do before I always do this. I want you to say, because this is like a short clip. I want you to say, I'm Diana Cleveland and I'm local. That's it.
Okay.
So you can
Okay.
start whenever.
Okay. I'm Diana Cleveland and I'm local.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop this recording.
Okay.